a lot of the girls that come from my school, some are doing well, but some are still building. And then after like another few years, we're gonna see a bigger pool. I don't know, a bigger lineup of female DJs. Yeah.
I know I dance different from a female DJ.
Yeah.
So I'm also hoping
Thank
for that.
you. Yeah.
Now, you do a lot. I hope you know that. I mean, you're a DJ, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, you're a mother.
Mom, yes, I'm a
mom. You're a businesswoman. I see you into fitness, I see you doing events, and like, just briefly, how do you balance that? Because I think a lot of us even struggle with like very few commitments. How do you?
I don't necessarily think I balance very well sometimes, but honestly, I think my strength is in the kind of people that I have around me. So I've got a very strong and dedicated team, and if they were to drop the ball, I think everything else will collapse. So I have very loyal people. I have people that are ready to uphold the brand, and I think really it's about that and perfect planning, like trying to plan as much as you can. So it's planning and having a good team. I think that really helps me out a lot.
Okay, that's fantastic. That makes a lot of sense.
It does, yeah, because it's not a one-woman show, no.
Yeah, okay, that's really good to know. That, you know, it's very vital for people to rely on a support system and not just be like, hey, I'm a DJ, I'm on my own, I'm on the forefront, so it's all me.
No, it's a team, it's a team effort.
Talk us into, I think that would be an important question given the time and age we live in, like branding, for example. You own a brand, like, you know, you are building not only one brand, which is what's amazing about you. How would you say what to do, what not to do when it comes to brand?
Well, I don't know if I'm an expert, but I'll give you my advice. So branding has become a big part of our everyday life. For me as a DJ, it's something that I feel like it has helped me a lot in building my brand to be more visible than other DJs, if I may put it that way. And I'm lucky because I was able to study it and apply it in my career. But branding has become such a big part of what we do because that's what distinguishes you from the rest, you know, because authentically, you know, you're able to pull out what makes sense to you and sell it to the world in the most authentic way. And like you said, like it's not just the DJs in the brand that I work on other brands like Yoring, Iraba DJs in there. Thank you. I try and get my hands on as much as I can, but I'm always trying to work on the things that speak to me, like watches and the concept of time. And this is why I started Iraba DJs, to inspire women like you to go after their dreams. And I like branding that makes sense, you know, like for me branding is about me connecting with the consumer, and that's exactly what I've been trying to do with either with DJs in there, with Fuse Academy or Era by DJs in there. So branding is a very big part of everyone's brand. Like you are a brand, you know exactly what branding means, so it's something that everyone should invest in. What not to do, don't ignore branding, don't do that, that's what you shouldn't do. Don't sleep on branding, exactly. Learn as much as you can.
Absolutely. Because when you said that about your watches, it takes me back to the day I actually received the package.
Is it?
I shipped it to the
Wow.
Yeah, I did. And I mean, I just moved here, I was working, and I was like, I owe myself a gift. And then I received a little note.
Oh yes.
And that meant the world to me because
yes, thank you.
It's taking a part of you, what you've learned, and planting it on somebody else's heart and saying, listen, young girl, go after your dream.
That's good. I mean, that note is a very personal message for me because I thought, what would be the consumer experience when they receive the watch? What is it that could connect them directly to me when they receive the product? And like you said, when I remember I wrote that message and I had to change it so many times and be like, is this what I'm trying to say? Exactly, branding. So it's just and I've heard a lot of women say, oh, I got the watch and I got the message. So people don't say, oh, I got the watch, the watch is amazing. They always comment on the message because that is what connects to the consumer. So those are the, like you said, that's why branding is so important. It's very important to connect with consumer. But over and above branding, my intention with Era by DJ Zinhle was to build a brand that would communicate to women that there is no better time than now to go after their dreams, and I think we've done very well with that. Yeah, your time is now. Yeah, you're right.
And I just saw that you launched a new design.
Yeah.
By the way, just go online, Era by DJ Zinhle.
Yeah, you have to get it. Thank you.
Okay, enough with the serious stuff. So I want to ask you like fun facts about you.
Sure.
And let me start with, what do I say? What do you not go a day without
Eating?
No, what specifically do you not skip in a day? Like what can't you go a day without eating?
Other than my phone, I think my child. I think my child. Yeah, I have to speak to her, or I have like something I can't go a day without my child. Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Thank you.
And again, which kind of like sends me back to my last question. When do you have time for that? Do you know what I mean? Like, people are mothers and they just disappear because they dedicate their whole time to that.
Well, I mean, I'm lucky in the sense that the work that I do allows me to be flexible. Sometimes I'm home when people are not. So sometimes I have to literally make her stay home and not go to school and be like, we're spending a day together. So I've been lucky in that sense. And sometimes like, I'm able to travel with her. So I'm very lucky, but I'm not hard on myself. You know, I don't, you have to be, you need to forgive yourself and understand that you're trying your best. And she's become such an independent little human being who understands that mommy's at work. I'll tell you a funny story. The other day, we both went to Cape Town, but I was working in Cape Town and she was there for a party with her grandmother, and we didn't see each other. So when she went back home, I called her, I said, oh, Kara, I miss you so much. She says, oh, mommy, don't worry, I'm coming home, okay? So I could hear myself, exactly, in her. She was like, oh, mama, I'm coming home, don't worry, I'll be home soon, okay? I said, so I could hear myself in her.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
That's incredible. That's absolutely amazing. She's only what?
She's turning 4 in a few days. Yeah, she's 4 in a few days. Yeah.
She's a feisty little one.
She is. She's daddy. Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't really gonna get into the relationship part, but like just like give us a brief on how the whole like your relationship dynamics. Like you are co-parenting, I believe. And how does that work with like everything else that you were doing?
Oh no, I think we're just making it work, man. Like I said, Kara is very independent and she understands that both her parents are people that travel a lot. So sometimes I'm home and sometimes he's home. So it's just a balancing act. But we have Kairo's support, so we are good because she's super understanding. I mean, I spoke to her yesterday. She's like, oh, mommy, don't worry, dad is coming home, so I'll be fine. So and also we have new parents, so we don't know what we're doing and we're just winging it, and I think we're doing okay.
That's what I'm saying.
We're doing okay.
Yourself through your daughter.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Really well. That's amazing. And lastly, I would just like for you to give a message to. There's so many of us, like young women, little girls in high school, uni, that are really trying to like envision what they wanna box their life into or like set their foot on, and that one goal that I've always had. And I personally believe you're doing it all. So what would be your message to like
wow, that's
that
hectic.
one girl somewhere watching this clip?
I think now the world has taught us so much to focus on what's on the outside, on what's happening around us, and it's nice to be aware, but it's also important to be aware of who we are and like what we want for ourselves. I mean, there's social media now and there's so much going on, and we can lose ourselves. So my advice firstly would be just know yourself. Like, I know it sounds corny, but like that's the truth. Like, you need to be comfortable with yourself. Like, invest as much time as you do on other things on yourself, because the most important, I think, person is yourself at the end of the day. So I find that a lot of young girls or young people are so focused on what's happening around themselves, around them, that they forget exactly, like they forget themselves. Like we pay so much attention to what other people are doing that we neglect ourselves, and those things, like they just, like they add up, and finally you feel like you're not living up to what the world requires. So just focus on yourself, focus on your dreams, and speaking of goals, you said people need to have goals. You're right. Like you need to have emotional goals. You need to have career goals. Like you need to say, like, I want to be in this emotional state. I want to be in this physical state. I want to have fitness goals. But your goals must revolve around the things that you want, not the things that the world has told you that you want, and you'll be okay.
I've actually never heard that, emotional goals.
Yeah, no, you need to have emotional goals. Yeah.
It's a new concept. It's just like to go after it intentionally.
Yeah, you know, you have to. I know you definitely have to be.
So much from the outside world, and then we try to get it right, but you don't even know what you're getting right.
Exactly.
It's just like a piece of this, a piece of that, a piece of that. And I'm sure myself included, and a lot of women appreciate how genuine you are as an individual.
Thank you.
And hearing you say, I mean, there's career goals, there's emotional goals, there's physical goals.
Yeah, and you know what? The world is always talking about goals. Oh, that person is goals. Maybe you need to be goals for yourself. It's, you know? Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, that's been an incredible
Thank you, Lerato.
time we spent with
Cool, thank you.
We absolutely appreciate you sparing this time. And yeah, from the FNF Circle, the Circle in Kiza, the restaurant, and I'm sure Dubai as a whole. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And I really hope you take in Dubai differently, minus the heat. It's not an experience that you take back home, and we really hope to see you soon.
No, definitely.
Absolutely.
Thank you.